everyone. I just wanted to shoot a quick video today about something that has come up for a lot of clients and family members and friends, and this is anxiety. So, anxiety is basically a response to stress. It's your body's way of responding to stress. So, what happens when you have anxiety? It could manifest in different ways for different people. Some people have anxiety attacks. So, you're short of breath, your palms get sweaty, you get dizzy, you feel like you can't escape a situation. Another one is physical problems. Like for me, if I'm anxious about something or if I'm around certain people that kind of trigger certain feelings, I get stomach pains. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that you can do to help reduce it. Many doctors and prescribe medication for anxiety, and I'm not telling anybody to quit their medication. That's not something that I ever do. But that said, if you're somebody who struggles with anxiety and you're thinking of going on medication, I would advise you to try some of these natural approaches instead before you get on medication. Because I know for a fact that a lot of these things have helped people who had anxiety, and it helped to reduce their anxiety. And I've even known of some people who've come off of their medication because of all these other things that they're doing. So one thing, which of course is always my first go-to, is to clean up your diet. So there's many foods that can trigger anxiety or mood swings, unbalanced hormones, things like that. So one thing is, of course, to reduce sugar. It's a big one. It's what I talk about all the time. You guys probably think I'm a broken record, but it's so true. Reduce sugar, reduce caffeine. So many people drink a lot of coffee or tea throughout the day, and then they're not sleeping well or they're irritable. I just suggest that you cut back on your caffeine. Alcohol, of course. If you're drinking, every weeknight, you're having one glass of wine, or on the weekends you're going out, you're drinking. That's a lot. So cut back on your alcohol a bit. Processed food, anything that has added sugars or any sort of additives, anything that has a lot of flour, those simple carbohydrates, bagels, toast, cereal, things that they're simple carbs essentially, and they're gonna mess with your blood sugar levels as well, just as having added sugar. So reduce all that stuff. Then you want to increase things that have B vitamins. A lot of people who have anxiety are actually deficient in B vitamins. And you can get blood work done for this to see if you are in fact deficient in them. But, really what you could do is start eating healthier foods. And things that have B vitamins are grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, leafy greens. That's something else I talk about a lot. If you're not having at least one serving of leafy greens a day, you're really doing a disservice to your health. You should really try to have, whether it's salad, spinach, kale, collard greens. I mean, Swiss chard, there's endless amounts of greens out there that you could saute, you can steam, you can eat them raw. Try to get at least one serving a day, if not more, into your meals. Okay, and then the other thing is you want to up your magnesium. A lot of folks who have anxiety or have a lot of stress also may be deficient in magnesium, and that's really helpful to balance your mood. So magnesium you can find in things like nuts, avocados, and you can also take a supplement form. I'm actually going to post a link to the magnesium supplement that I recommend to people, and it's actually a powder form, and you can put it, you can buy plain, you can buy flavored ones, and you could just put it in water and have it as a drink before bedtime or in the late afternoon, and that helps to reduce stress. And then the other thing is you want to increase your omega-3 fatty acids. So omega-3s, I'm sure you've heard about this, they contain DHA, which is really good for brain function. So anything with omega-3 is anything that's like a healthy fat. So wild-caught fish like salmon, anchovies are really good. Olive oil, nuts, things like that. You want to definitely up those. Walnuts are a great one. You can just sprinkle those in your salad. You can put them in the morning on some gluten-free oatmeal. Just snack on them throughout the day. They're a great snack with a lot of omega-3s. Okay, so tip number 2 is meditate and deep breathing. A lot of people get a little overwhelmed when they hear meditation and they think it's like hippie, woo-woo, kooky stuff. It's not. Meditation is so important. It helps to balance your mood. It helps you learn how to breathe. You know, so many of us are just going through the day, going through the motions, and we forget to breathe, something that is so important. It releases toxins in the body. It gives you oxygen. So, you know, something that I'm sure you've seen, some people have even posted in this group, the app, it's called Calm, C-A-L-M, Calm. You can go to it on their website. You can look at it when you're at work. You can download the app to your phone. It's phenomenal, and it's so easy to do. These meditations are under 10 minutes each. You know, it's just great. It's a great app. It really helps you to relax, to reduce your stress levels, and helps you just take a break in the middle of the day. It's great to even start your day off with. Just try it. Don't knock until you try it. All right, so another thing is, this one's pretty obvious, but you know, if you're somebody who suffers from high anxiety, you want to identify what the triggers are. So whether that means just being more mindful of when these attacks occur or when you feel anxious, or, you know, you could even write it in a journal, you know, from the morning till night when you felt anxious. Think about what was going on during that time that made you feel that way. Is it a coworker? Is it a certain project you're working on? Is it an environment that you're in? Maybe, you know, when you go food shopping at 5 o'clock after work, you get anxious because there's crowds of people, you're exhausted, you just want to get home. So then you have to think, okay, well, how can I remove some of these triggers? So in that example, if you're going food shopping at 5 o'clock and it's causing you anxiety, don't go anymore at that time. Go on a Sunday morning or later in the evening around 8 o'clock when it's not as crowded. You know, these are simple little changes that you can make that will really benefit you. Then my next point was journaling. Journaling is so great because, you know, if you're anything like me, you've got a million thoughts going on in your head at once. And journaling has helped me so much, especially at night. Okay, and then number 5 is write down a to-do list. Don't make it really long. I've noticed that people have, and I do it myself, I write this long to-do list, I put it in my phone, and then a good thing is to then go back to that list and look at what is absolutely necessary that needs to get done. And this could be at home, this could be at work. You know, we cannot do everything. We can't do it well. And, you know, there's only so many hours in a day. So when you make your to-do lists, really examine them to see what is absolutely necessary, what you can delegate to somebody else, what you can ask for help with, and what you could just eliminate altogether. You know, we give ourselves these things to do that aren't really necessary. And if it's something that you keep putting off, then it's not that important to you. Let it go. Let it go. Not everything is that important. We give way too much importance to things that are just ridiculous and cause extra anxiety. What else? Well, this is kind of a bonus, is organization. Organization is huge. I just noticed that in my businesses alone, if I'm not organized, I am all over the place. Like, I can't get shit done. I feel overwhelmed. I can't catch my breath. Like, even just cleaning up your workspace is so important. All right, that was my 5 tips, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. And I just want to remind you, my 6-week one-on-one custom coaching program, the price is going up in September. So if you want to work with me, if you have any symptoms that you can't seem to understand, you can't get to the root of the problem, if you deal with anxiety and you want even more help from me, I would love to help you work through this. And I have a 6-week program. It's one-on-one. There's a very extensive intake form, so I really go over your full health history so that we can get to the root of the problem and we can create a plan to help you move forward and really improve your health and your overall life. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to also leave the link for that below the video, and you can apply as soon as possible because, like I said, August is coming to a close and the price will be going up in September. All right, ladies, have a great day.